Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. I want to thank you for being with us today, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. Tell you what, I have a quick call I've got to go to because I want the world to hear this special call I have, and let me find if my caller is there. Caller, are you there?
How you doing? Good morning, Billy.
Okay, hold on just one moment. I want to say that this is the Talk Beat Jones. Once again, I am Billy Jones and want to thank the world for watching and listening to the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, family, we want you to like and we want you to share. But I'm going to cut this short because this young man has an important event he has to deal with. So let me bring on my caller right now. Go right ahead, sir. Introduce yourself and take it over because I know you're on a short leash, short time. Take it.
Good morning, Billy. This is Bud Washington. Was calling in. Talk a little bit about the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
My feelings on it since I'm a lifelong Chief fan, and growing up in the Bay Area, it was kind of tough to be a Chief fan. But man, I'm still frustrated about it. So I just need to vent a little bit about it.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second, boo.
Things of that sort.
But hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. Go right ahead.
I played football at Indiana University. I know the game. I've coached the game for the last 20 years. Working with the youth in Indiana, both at the middle school level and high school level.
Can I ask you a quick question? Weren't you one of those athletes, not like me, but weren't you one of those athletes that signed professional contract out of high school?
Yeah, I did. I signed. I did. Give a little bit. I signed a minor league baseball contract with the New York Yankees out of high school, and I was in their organization for 2 years. So I got a vast array of athletic things. I was also recruited for basketball out of high school. Was recruited and actually signed national letter of intent to play football out of high school with Pete Carroll when he was at the University of Pacific. But I decided to go play minor league baseball instead.
Yes. You were a great, great athlete, and I know that for a fact.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go right ahead, bro.
I've had a long road when it comes to athletics. Now, I won't say athletics defines me, but it's played a big part of my life.
I don't want to hold you and don't want to keep jumping in, but I do know when I came to visit you that it seemed like the whole community was bringing their athletes, the boys and the girls, the men and the women were bringing their children, the youngsters, to see you and asking you, Coach, would you coach my son? Would you coach my daughter? Would you coach? They wanted you to personally coach their children. Why was that, sir?
Part of it was they knew of my athletic background. but mostly because I had been coaching. I started coaching my kids. I've got 3 boys and a girl, and I started coaching them at a very young age, and they seen my kids play at let's say I started playing at team sports at the age of 5. My oldest son, they watched him and they just couldn't believe the level which he's playing at and his understanding of the game. And they're like all parents, they want the best for their kids. They're like, well, he can do it with his kid, he can do it, they can do it with mine. And so, and it just evolved from there. And I mean, where I live at in Bloomington is a very tight-knit community, and word travels fast. So that's what you see when you were here.
I mean, you were like a god. No, I mean,
I'm not gonna go that far, but I appreciate it.
well, I saw it. I mean, I was there. I saw it, and I was like, "Wow, this is him." And he's like, all these people that everybody wanted to ask you to personally take their child and make them the athlete that they want them to be. They felt that you were the person that could personally coach them and bring them up to that level. But anyway, I know that you don't have a lot of time, but anyway, I'm just so impressed with you, young man, and intellectually you are off the charts, and hopefully we'll get you back and talk to the world again. But I just want to get you in real quickly because I know that you have an important meeting to go to. So hit me up with what you want to talk about real quickly.
Yeah, it's funny that we talked about kids and things. That's why going back to the Super Bowl. I think one of the things that the first thing that happened with the Chiefs was Andy Reid's son being at a car accident on Friday. And injuring 2 young kids, one of them very critically, and the fact that as of Friday night, Saturday morning, and not knowing the Chiefs, not even knowing if Andy Reid would travel with the team to the game,
and also the condition of that child.
I don't care what your kids are; they're your first priority, your first concern.
Right.
And I think that was a down. I won't say. I'm going to say it. That was a downfall of the team right there. And
the emotion itself, it took the emotion away from them. Go right ahead, Boo.
What's it again?
I said it took the as an athlete, you got to have that hype, that emotion to go with your performance. And if you don't have that, then you're just dull.
Exactly. And I mean, and as an athlete, a former athlete, your mind has to be right.
Yes.
I mean, you have to be all in. In
yes.
a game like that, I mean, coaches, going back to my coaching years, I had to be all in. If I'm not all in, my game plan is not going to work and things of that sort. And I think that was the beginning of it. And the game started off well for the Chiefs. But again, when you watch the game, you know the game like I do, and I'm going to get a little technical right now, but Tampa Bay was playing what we call 2 high safety.
That's 2 guys way back.
If you go back, I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I was telling folks who don't know football, that's 2 guys way back behind behind everybody else.
Exactly. And I'll go back to Week 8. Buffalo did the same thing to the Chiefs. They tried to go 2 high safety, and what the Chiefs did, they ran the ball all game long in Week 8 against Buffalo. And Edwards Helaire ran for 168 yards, I think, that game. And they won the game pretty easily by bringing it. And finally, once Bill started bringing the safeties down, that's when the Chiefs got over the top of them.
Yes.
And in that, and watching that, I thought in watching the game, the Chiefs would do the same thing when Tampa Bay started off that way, but they just refused to do so. And again, I think that goes back to the fact that I don't think Andy Reid's mind was completely in it, and I don't think he was all there because naturally he's a great coach, and he just did not make the adjustments to that. And then fast forward to the end of the first half, it's 10-6, and Tampa Bay has the ball. 14-6, and Tampa Bay has the ball with a minute to go in the first half. And I just couldn't believe that the Chiefs called timeout, stopping the clock, knowing that they had the ball first in the second half, and with the ability that their offense has, you go and make adjustments, come back out, score a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and it's 14-14 instead of what it. Well, they called timeout, couple bad calls. Tampa Bay goes down, scores a touchdown. I felt at that point the game was pretty much over.
Well,
21-6 at halftime.
Well, because we're getting short on time here, can you come back? Because we're rushing you through some things, and let me do full disclosure to everyone. This is my great, and I say this, and everyone knows that I take a back seat to nobody. But this young man here is my baby brother, and he puts me to shame when it comes to being an athlete. Signed professionally as like I said, as a baseball star, but he was a baseball, football, basketball, everything. This is my baby brother, and I'm so proud and so happy to have him with me today, and hopefully I'll have him back. He's an intellectual. He's a businessman. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a great young man. I'm proud of him, and I'm glad that he's with me today. And I call him Spud, but he's Mr. Washington. Spud, if you call Dad, and I forgot to call him to wake him up this morning, and let him know that we'll send him this tape, okay?
It sounds perfect. I appreciate everything, Billy. Love you.
I love
Talk
you,
to
and
soon. I will be calling in again.
okay, and hug the wife and kiss the kids, and tell them I love them, okay?
Will do. Appreciate it, Billy. Have a good one.
I love you, brother. Take care.
All right. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Now, family, this is the Talk B. Jones, and once again, family, I want to thank you for being with us. Those numbers are on the line, right, on the air, and you can call us and join in the conversation. I know I've been talking to my younger brother because sports is what we've been asked. Can we bring that into the talk as well? So let me go quickly to the telephone lines real quickly. Young lady, you're there. I know it's you. Is it you? Hello? This caller, are you there? No one's there?
Hello. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay, I was waiting on you. We're running a little different today, so quickly hit me and let me know who you are so we can hit the other caller real quick.
Yes, this is Michelle Broughton in Detroit, Michigan, calling the Billy Jones Show.
Okay, hold on just a moment. We're going to get you back. And caller, who am I speaking with on this line, please?
This is Leo Brazil in Oakland, California.
Okay, I'll come back and be formal with everyone in just a few moments here. Family, there's a lot of things going on, and again, this is the program, the show, that's going to give you some information that you can share with your friends, you can share with your family from anywhere across the world, and that's right, across the world as we go around the world. Again, each week I open up and I see all of these comments and all of these compliments that comes from folks all around the world, as well as our home-based folks. But I want to thank you for sharing and continue to hit that like button. And this is the program that's going to give you good information that you won't find, that you can hear and understand the way we do it. Check this out. Can I get your information, sir? This is Mr. Leo Brazil. You're back, sir. We are with the timeline of the impeachment. We don't want to talk about that first. We don't want to talk about the vaccine first. What do we want to talk about first, sir?
Well, we're going to talk about the fact that the white privilege definition I loved the other day when we had a congressman who laid it out during the insurrection, when he pointed out that he was afraid for his life when they were banging on the door, and so he took off his congressional badge that they all wear to identify themselves as congresspersons, because he was going to run from the Democratic side over with the Republicans over there and hide with them. But then he felt guilty because he realized that he was a white man and a Jew, and he could go over on the Republican side and take his badge off and they wouldn't know him from anybody. But he says, what about the people of color, the Congress people, the black congressmen? They couldn't take their badge off and run over and hide in the Republican group, you see. So he had the white privilege, and he realized that's what it was, and that's when the definition became clear to him that he could blend in and be normal, and blacks and other people of color couldn't do that.
Hold on. Thank you. Michelle?
Yes.
What is it that you want to speak on? I know we've talked about, and I do want to go back to the teachers, and I do want to go back to the students at some point, but not necessarily first off. What is on your mind that this week has gone by and you've thought that I should talk about this? What is it, please?
It's still Black History Month. I'm
It's still-
sorry for my voice. It's still Black History Month.
Go right ahead.
And there are a lot of good programs out there to educate and to highlight and to celebrate. So Black History Month is February. Let's celebrate us.
Okay. Well, how would you like for us to celebrate us?
First of all, appreciate your family, however it is made up. And then try to appreciate your neighborhood, because it starts with you. Love yourself, appreciate you, contribute to the community, your family, appreciate your family for all the positives that they have, focus on the positive, and then it has to start in the community with your neighbors, because if we don't help us, there is no superpower that's going to come and help us.
Okay. The superpower, I mentioned I meant to talk about your mother.
Okay.
And I don't want to take a long time because we could take a whole show and talk about your mother, but I just want to just give her a passing. It's Theo. I can't give her a passing.
She's definitely a community leader, and she is a educator in her own right. And she is definitely a force to uplift the community and put the charge forth. That's why it's called Hood Research. Do your own research.
Do your own
Don't just
research.
take yes, right. Do your own research. Because I could tell you, but you need to fact check it and look it up. Same thing. When you vote for somebody to become a mayor or a city council person, don't give them a pass. Check behind them. Force them. Make them keep, number one, their campaign promise, and make sure that they're doing due diligence by representing you, by bringing resources back to your community to make your life better. We don't do that well, but we need to learn to do it better.
That's right. You were raised at the knee of Theo Broden. I was kind of playing around with it. I didn't want to hit everybody with your mother at first. That's why I went to the other situation, because your mother is a tornado and she's a quiet storm. But for this station, she is all that and a cake, and throw in the cookies. And
Right.
her show is on the station. She's been with the station for, I don't know, about 15, 20 years maybe.
Yes.
But anyway, so now where we are today, I'm still concerned about the idea of the students going back to class, and some teachers saying they don't want to take the injections, that put the shot in the arms and stuff. How is that playing out at this point? What is your name again?
Michelle Broughton
Miss Mich-
for Detroit Public Schools in Detroit, Michigan. The conversation is now on local news, and I'm sure on national news, because we just had a national meeting with teachers across the United States, that the coronavirus isn't necessarily spread in the classroom. You can't catch it in a classroom setting, quote the CDC. I'm sure they're getting a lot of pushback and everybody, because it has affected everyone. So
Yes.
whether you're rich or poor, whether your district is rich or poor, no matter what your background, cultural thing is, you're going to be affected. And it goes all the way up. The colleges are not sure. They want the new graduates because they don't know if they're prepared. So the push is to make everybody go back to school. So with the push, if you listen to the rhetoric in the news, they're saying, you can't catch it in the school system. Really? But you can't tell me how it's spread either. So they're preparing us with gloves, masks, hand sanitizer, stay 6 feet apart, and in your poor district, out very seriously that they have proper ventilation.
You're a little muffled.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
better now.
Yes, better now.
Okay, and with your poorer school districts, I doubt very seriously that they have proper ventilation.
Okay, hold on just a moment. You know, family, we are, as I look at the world, I was contacted by, let me ask Leo. Leo, is the word Guyana or Guyana?
Guyana, down in South America?
Yes, sir.
That's Guyana.
Guyana. I was contacted by a young lady in Guyana, and she was telling me how serious and how bad the virus is in Guyana. So I don't know if they have the same type of accessibility to the injection programs or the healthcare situation similar to what we have, or is it really worse for them to be involved with this coronavirus at this time, or what do you think? Leo?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, okay. My voice I was in thought. I was wondering, for the folks in like Guyana who are saying that this virus is terrible over there, what would be, in your imagination, the conditions there if you don't know personal? I'm just asking because I've never been to Guyana and don't have a lot of background understanding about Guyana.
Well, it's not limited to Guyana. This is a worldwide plague. And remember when the bubonic plague killed a lot of people way back in the Middle Ages, killed half of the people in Europe, it was the result of trade. Because people are trading with each other and sending goods and services back and forth, they are moving, and therefore whatever way that they can carry the disease, they will carry it with them. Mm-hmm. In the case of the bubonic plague, it was coming in on ships because the ships were bringing goods from port to port, and then the mice would climb the ropes and down onto the land and bring the fleas that had the plague. Well, this is an airborne disease that is traveling all over the world, and is traveling from person to person, and we are traveling all over the world. So I don't know what particular conditions are there in Guyana, other than it's in the lower hemisphere, so it's a lot hotter down there, and the weather is different. So I don't know if the weather is affecting it or if it's just what's affecting everybody around the world right now, and that is world travel.
Okay, and how is it affecting the folks in the Bay Area now that you're there?
Well, I'm glad to say I got my first shot, and I'm feeling a whole lot better. I'm having no problems and no after effects from it. And we are setting up the Coliseum now Barbara Lee has got one of the two NFL stadiums to be open, and so Oakland has been picked as one. So we're going to be able to have masses of people come in, because the parking problem is a big problem when you have people coming in. Where will they park in the cars and everything? So they're opening up the Coliseum parking lots, and that'll then open up the Coliseum itself for a lot of people to come in, because we've got over 40,000 deaths here in California, and Oakland and East Oakland particularly is the worst one in Alameda County at this time.
We have the Vice President, Ms. Harris. When I come back to you, I'm going to ask you to tie in this combination of Ron Dellums, Barbara Lee, Mandela. I'll talk to you when I come back with that, please. Young lady.
Yes.
Give me your name again, please. And the reason I'm doing this, folks,
Broughton.
Let me explain to the audience, to the worldwide. And I'm doing this because, locally folks know people. But we have folks that's listening all around the United States that don't know folk that I'm talking with. We have folks listening from around the world that don't know the folks. So that's why I'm continuing to ask this young lady to give you the name. Some folks may have heard the name Broughton, but don't know that this is Michelle. And she is not the person that is just sitting in the background, just taking the laurels of her mother. She's a person in her own right. And I continue to ask her to say her name, because if I say it, I may say it incorrectly, the Broughton part. Broughton. Could you help me, please? Your name?
Michelle Broughton.
Michelle Broughton.
Yes.
Okay, so we want to make sure, because that I was saying that Broden.
And the people down south say Broaden.
Yes. So that's why initially, because you're with us, and I want folks to know, oh, that's her. And we're going to get the pictures of yourself and Mr. Leo Brazil, so that when I talk to you from time to time, they'll get a chance to see who they're talking with as we continue to move and groove and grow with the Talk Beat Jones, Billy E. Jones. Now, what is your main concern about Detroit at this point? Michelle.
Well, there are a lot. So the children going back to school because they miss the in-person education, face-to-face, one-on-one, collaboration with your classmates. They're losing a lot by not being in the schools. Also, for the neighborhood that need the resources and are not able to get the resources to make their conditions in their neighborhood better.
This is quickly off the line, but I'm going to put this in here because I wanted to speak about mental health, and I want to put that on the back burner with you for a moment because you spoke about it, and it just keyed my thought about the young lady that played Cookie on Empire.
Yes.
Do you know that she's talking, has talked about during this pandemic that she had talked about maybe not staying around living?
Yeah, she wanted to commit suicide, yes.
So here's a woman that everyone, I mean, black women everywhere just, I want to be like her. She has a child, a young man, son. She just, of course, had been in a long-term relationship. She got out of the relationship, said she just want to be her. Then she discloses that she's under treatment. She's actually, you know, and it's okay, folks. This is when I bring this up because people have to understand black folks have a situation about having treatment for mental illness.
Right.
And I pointed that out to let you know it's okay. It's okay. Would you talk to me about that, please? Real quick. Leo, I'm coming back to you in a moment. Go right ahead, please, Michelle.
Well, that's
but by the way, and tie this into the fact that our children, their mental health is not growing because they're not interacting with each other and adults, etc., outside of the family. Tied it up for me.
Right. So within the black community, they don't actually really talk about mental health, if you understand. They, no matter where you are, Chicago, Detroit, Illinois, LA, they do not recognize that mental illness is also a disease. So if you're not recognizing it, you're not treating it, you're not looking for signs. And so with being home, being cooped up, being by yourself, maybe nobody to talk to, you don't know the home situation of students, then they might get into a dark place, and what I mean by that, become hopeless and might venture off and go and tying it into the movie star. She has probably not anybody that she trusts, even though she has money, she's on TV, and people say they love her. They don't really know what's going on in her personal thoughts and her brain, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have somebody paying attention to the signs, because there are signs, we are, teachers are made to go to workshops to try to see something when we have students in front of us, because in Detroit, Michigan, the suicide rate of young black teens are up. But before they get there, there are signs. They're lonely, or they're cutting themselves, or they become like, don't want to talk to anybody. So we need resources. We need resources from the state level, resources from the city level. But if they don't know, they have cut back funds, and for Detroit, it was the state. They got rid of our hospitals that treated mental illness, and so these people that need desperately the help are sometimes outside in the community, and the police pick them up and they just throw them in jail. And they don't even figure out that maybe there's something wrong, and that's why they're out in the community not performing like they should or terrorizing the community in so many other levels, but they don't get the help that they need because there is no funding for mental health. And so the best thing is she's talking about it, and maybe it'll get some traction, but it's something that needs a continuation of a conversation to get that addressed.
Okay. Hold on, please, okay? Family, you're watching the Talk B. Jones show, and remember, tell your friends right now, if they're not able to pick us up, yes, they can. Go to Roku, Apple, Amazon, Echo, Fire Stick, Alexa, Facebook, and all the other wonderful modalities so that they can share. You know, you're sitting back and you're doing housework, you're doing work, you're at home, you're doing work from home, and you need something to listen to, somebody to talk to is what I'm pointing out here, family. You need to have that voice. You got radio that's just talking, got people doing all this conversation, etc. But you need to have somebody talking to you, giving you some good stuff that you say, oh, let me hear this. Oh, I'm getting some information, I can pass it on. But right now we're going to pass on the fact we're going to go to a commercial break. We will come back, and I'll be back with more wonderful, great information on the Talk B. Jones. I am Billy Jones. Remember, we are on the air every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Be there. Please be back shortly.
We have an array of products to assist you in all your beauty or body needs. Do you want curly, soft, beautiful hair? Well, try our Relaxer line, designed to leave your hair soft, silky, and full of body. Or would you like beautiful, straight, shiny, long-lasting hair? Well, try our Cherry or Extreme Hold Spritz with our Cream Shine. It's guaranteed to give you that look you want. How about dry, achy feet or legs that you can't seem to keep moisturized? Well, try our African Shea Butter Foot Lotion. We have many products to help you with all phases of your beauty and body needs. For a full list of all our products, please visit our website at www.aeasysilk.com or call us at 313-277-2319.
Hi, this is LaWanda,
This is R.J. Watkins.
coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to download the WHPR app. We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit on demand.com. A Watkins Broadcasting Company. We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public, and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk B. Jones and Oh, family, this is the Talk B. Jones. Once again, I am Billy E. Jones, and I'm just really pleased and really proud and happy to be with this TV station, TV 33, WHPR. Remember, it's 24 hours a day, and today our program, of course, is on 152, and it's on the cable channel 90, and it's going around the world on all of the platforms. So share, and then push that like button. This is the Talk B. Jones, the program that's going to give you information. Mr. Leo Brazil.
Yes.
Talk to me about that impeachment trial that I saw, and I know you can't see me, but for the family that's watching, I'm putting a glass of water in my right hand, No, I'm putting a glass of water in my left hand, and I'm going to hold my hair with my right hand as I drink the water. So I put my hand on the top of my head, and I drank the water. And I think that was to keep his hair from flopping over. This is what the guy who was on the defense
No,
team
that wasn't.
wasn't.
No, he's an Orthodox Jew, and he did not have a yarmulke on his head. And when you drink water for Jewish males that are practicing Orthodoxy, they have to cover their head when they drink water. And
Got it.
He put his hand over his head, on the back of his head, to drink his water as a gesture to his Orthodox Judaism.
Would you do that one more time? Because I'm sure that there were folks out there who have no idea why this person, I thought it was just, there's another one of Trump's people with that little funny tick. But educated, you said that, once again, why did this happen? Why did he put his hand up? His hand on his head?
He is a Orthodox Jew, a practicing Jew.
Okay.
Orthodox.
Okay.
And, Orthodox Jews do not drink water. Males do not drink water unless they have the yarmulke on their heads,
Okay.
or the kippah, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little skull cap. You saw.
We good. Just it's okay,
guy
but
that was
just
prosecuting that talked about his daughter being not wanting to come to the Capitol. He drank water, but you notice he had a kippah on his head.
okay. Okay, but that was just my curiosity. I was like, ooh, what is this about? Okay, so now when you're watching this trial, sir, what is your thoughts? I mean, not the trial, but the
trial is coming on today.
Mhm.
This was just a procedural thing yesterday. They were arguing procedure, and now we're going to get into the substance of the trial. That starts today. So that was just a procedural thing yesterday. And I didn't watch it because I was off getting my COVID shot, and so I spent the last night watching it being presented by the networks, and it wasn't about anything other than the show. That they got no evidence, they got no facts that they could argue. They look ridiculous, and Trump has got himself into a pickle because he's so cheap and he's so ignorant. He won't pay good lawyers, and then when he gets good lawyers, he won't listen to them. And so they walked out on him and said, "We're not handling you because you giving us nothing to fight with.
I have
if
to
we get our butts whipped, then you ain't gonna want to pay us." Like
I have
he got
to.
his butt whipped
Hold-
yesterday, and he don't want to pay the lawyers. And so we're gonna see what's happening today.
Well, I have to kind of throw up a hand of objection, sir, like in the court, and say that I feel, from my
Speak a little louder if you can.
what I felt in looking at that guy that you say is an Orthodox Jew, I thought he was very, very effective, and I believe that Donald Trump, here, to my thought, is a very smart man, and I believe that he is expiring. That means he's going through everything it takes to try to plant the idea to his folks right now that we are not out of this situation just yet. We are still planning to take this White House back. We are planning, and people talk about playing checkers. They are showing you how they're playing chess. They are putting things in place for the election in 2022 and placing things together for 2024. They're doing that now. That man there was not necessarily talking to just those folks that he was speaking to in those chambers. He was speaking to the 74 million folks that's for Trump. They're sending veiled messages even during these hearings. Hold on, please, sir. I'll let you come back. Michelle,
Yes.
what is your thoughts on what's going on with the trials and the presentations and et cetera with the president? Should we just forget about him and move on to what Biden's doing, or what is your thoughts?
No, I don't. As a precinct delegate, as a private citizen, as a community leader, you do not give a pass to people who have benefit off of you. When you're the president, Congress, senator, Who pays their salary?
We
Just
do.
think about that.
We do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Okay.
Our taxes. I'm not giving anybody a pass that's my employee. And I'll never forget about it. It personifies white privilege. How about that? Let me tell you why I say that. John Conyers. Does anybody remember John Conyers, who was the U.S. Congressman from the 14th Congressional District in Detroit, Michigan? Whatever it was, they ran him down like a freight train, right?
Right.
But this number 45 president, Donald Trump, had the insurrection kill people. People lost their lives. People died. And they're giving him a pass. It's okay. Why? Because he's white? He did something wrong. Nancy Pelosi, I'm mad with her. From the beginning, she sits on the information. I know the process, and I know Mr. Brazil knows the process. They can sit on stuff, and they can expedite stuff. So again, because of the color of my skin, you hurry it up, you do a supercharge, but if I'm white, you'll slow it down, you'll pass it to the next person, you send the jargon out there, let's wait a minute. Now the new talk is, well, why do this? He's not the president anymore. Tell that to the person that lost their husband that's dead or their father that's dead. Tell that to the person that lost a female died. I don't know if she was a mom, but her parents, to save their face, they said, oh, well, she died for honor. No, she didn't. But you couldn't say it was a wrongful death.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is ask you this question. Is it worth it to go through this trial, this impeachment trial?
Do you think if it was President Barack Obama,
No.
they would have gave a pass and let it slide?
But wait.
They would have had him out the first time. It's worth it. I understand that it's taken away from our new president, President Biden, but I am more. There's a cause and effect. There is a consequence to what you do. But if you are not, if you're white, is privilege. You're given a pass, it's okay, and they want you to forget about it.
Okay,
They want you to forget about it.
Okay, now here's where I am. Hold on just a moment. I hear you, Leo. Here's where I am. I need you to come in and do two things. She asked a question about John Conyers. We're in Detroit. You're in Oakland. Give us your thoughts about what you felt and what the area that you're from felt about John Conyers, and then proceed with whatever else you want to speak on.
Well, I'm a race man, so I'm always thinking about the racial context or the context of anything that's going on. I'm going to come from an Afrocentric perspective, and so looking at it through European eyes that I was educated in at Stanford University and UC Berkeley, that gets me nowhere. So I start off Afrocentric. So looking at things from an Afrocentric point of view, the issue of reparations is very much on my mind. And reparations, Ray and John Conyers are very much a part of our history and what we're all about. Been following Conyers since he first went to Congress and put in that H.R. 40. The bill that deals with reparations, and is still going to come forward sometime this year. I don't know when, but we're going to talk about it because it all has to do, it dovetails with what Michelle was talking about, this whole thing of white privilege, the whole thing of the white caste system. That's why Isabel Wilkerson's book, Caste, is so important for all of us to read that call ourselves intellectuals, especially black intellectuals, so that we can understand what D'Angelo and all of them have been putting in front of white people, and that is white privilege. Because when we look at this whole question of white privilege and how this caste system in America, we're going to see that we are owed. They owe us because we are the best Christians. And by the way, this is Black History Month. There's a thing coming on called The Black Church by Skip Gates. You need to see that when it comes on. because we're the best Christians in America. We love our neighbors. We try to be right with everybody that we can except ourselves for some reason. And we're the best patriots because we have fought in every war that this nation has had since its independence. And so we are owed. It's time for us for the country to...
Hold on, Ms. Leo. Time is going down. We got to shorten it up now. We got to shorten your answer up. Go ahead. Got to shorten it up, though.
Okay, well, that's it. That's what I know about John Conyers. He's a hero to us out here that's dealing with the reparations issue because he stayed with it for 12 years. He kept putting that bill in every 2 years, and now Sheila Jackson Lee has it, and she's going to carry it on until we finally get that discussion going on in America, and then we'll start talking about the trillions and trillions of dollars that is owed to us as a people so that we can have what Michelle talks about. We need resources in our community.
Okay. Back with you. And by the way, family, we do have time. If you want to make a call to the Talk Beat Jones, if you want to get in and give us your thought or change the conversation or add anything, you can do that by calling 313-868-0342, 868-0351, 868-4336, and I'll get you on there so we can get you in queue for the conversation. Michelle?
Yes.
At this juncture right now, what are we looking for to happen in Detroit? We're going through the mayor's situation. No, I'll tell you what. Reparations. Did you speak on reparations before?
Yes, I was involved with, or still, I'm involved with it. Yes. There is, we have a chapter here, if you want to call it that, and trying to pull all the groups together is what they're working on. At first, maybe it was 5-6 years ago, she got all the petitions together. I'm trying to remember her name, that really got it going in Detroit.
Hold on. Now, remember, family, remember, caller, I remember my family, that I don't have much time, so you have to really move this. I don't have the long story. You got to come in short because I'm trying to work some things in. So go right ahead, please.
So really short, Anita Bell came back to Michigan and got everybody educated on how we can get this done. So we are still working on getting it done in Detroit, reparations.
Okay. And real quickly, for the world that's out there listening who don't know, and again, folks, people right know, there are some folks who don't know when we say reparations, real quickly in a nutshell, what does that mean for black folks? Reparations.
That the United States government owe us. If it wasn't for us, this country would have not survived nor become the great country that they say it is.
Hold on just a moment. Now watch this, family. Mr. Leo Brazil.
Yes.
As a Black Panther, what type of demands were you thinking about that the United States owed the respect for black folks? How was that done?
Well, as Michelle said, we have created the wealth in this country through our labor, and that labor was free for so many years. And then when we finally got so-called free, but turned loose, then we were discriminated against in jobs and everything else. And only when they needed us, the only reason that we got all the jobs in Detroit that I understand is because all the white men had to go to war and go overseas, and so they needed workers. And that's how they got this urban migration out of the South into the northern cities and everything to work.
Okay.
But we never were paid the wages we wasn't supposed to have. And if we were paid wages, then we couldn't use them to buy a house because we couldn't get a loan. And so we got a lot of discrimination, and they owe us. And so as soon as we can show the nation what they owe us, then we can figure out a way for them to pay us the resources that we need.
Sounds fantastic. Now, Leo, take the lead and give me an understanding in terms of from a political science perspective, moving forward, what do you see on the horizon for black folks with the elections? We got President Trump put together over 300 federal judges. how is that going to play out in the end for us?
Well, from a political science point of view, the political science simply studies the power relationships of the government. And so we got a federalist government, and we got a government made up of three branches: the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative body. The vote is what powers it all, and so we have to maintain our voting activism. That's the main thing that we can do right now, is maintain our voting activism so that we can elect a president and elect a Congress that will then appoint the judges. And so 45 has filled up a whole lot of judges, and you see what those judges are doing? They're letting these white privileged white people, oh, you were there tearing up the Capitol and breaking in and killing policemen? Oh yeah, you can go to vacation in Mexico, or you can go to Peru to get married. I mean, that's what the judges are doing. Why? Because under our system of political science, judges are appointed for life in the federal system.
And so Trump was playing chess, folk. This is the point. I keep saying Trump. Trump was playing chess. The Republicans is playing chess. We'll break it down as we move along, because we have Mr. Leo Brazil, and we have, let me find out, what's your name again?
We have Michelle Broughton, and guess what? I know how to play chess.
You do?
And when you play chess, you make a move for the long term. You ain't playing checkers. You're not hopping and skipping and no. You have a strategic move. My mother also plays chess. So you have two women that are very, very good with that game.
Yes. And so this is what we are on the Talk B. Jones. We'll be breaking down things that's going down so that folks will see, not just in this is your move, but we'll find and show you how the move is made that you see, but you don't see the fact that that move is designed for 15 or 5 or 8 years down the line, or 4 years in this particular time, or 2 years down the line.
Long term.
They're planning and they're putting together their pieces. So family who continue to talk this right now checker game, you old school leaders, you new school leaders who are still too dumb to see. You still got milk in your face. You can't see. Chess is what the white folks in the Republican Party is doing, y'all. Hold on. Mr. Leo Brazil.
Yes.
If I was in Oakland, what would I be doing right now? Oakland, California.
Well, if you were in Oakland as Billy Jones, you would be trying to communicate to our people to get out there and get these shots. And that's what everybody's doing right now, is to get their shots and to bring this COVID thing down. And then you would be advocating to get the teachers and everybody back into the classroom, because if we're going to get the economy going, like Michelle says, we got to get the teachers back in the classroom, because the classroom then is where the kids will go during the day, and then the mothers can go to work because they need to be at work. And they can't go to work if they have to stay and deal with their children and homeschool them and doing whatever. So we need the economy going so that we can get going, and that's the one thing that we need to be working on, get this economy going, and the best thing that we can do is get the schools open.
Sounds good. Okay. Miss, I'm going to try it. Broughton.
Right. Michelle Broughton.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm good for the year.
Yes.
I'm good for the year. Now, if I had to ask you as a teacher, should I join the teachers union?
Yes, you can't. With me, I'm Union Blue. Grandfather Teamster. My daddy was UAW. Excuse me. You have a right to work, but ask yourself under what condition. There is nothing outside of the union that's going to protect you as a laborer, as a worker, than the union. And when you get in the union, get active in the union so you make sure the union is working for you. How about that?
And if I had questions, is there someone that I could consult with about my thoughts about whether I should or should not join the union?
Yes, they can consult with me. I am also a building rep. That means I represent the teachers in the building that I'm working in. I'm also a union officer. I'm the treasurer for Detroit Federation of Teachers, so I deal with the budget as well. But I am prepared. I'm educated. I make sure I'm abreast with everything new with our union, which for me is the teachers union, educators, all aspects of anything in education from K through 12 as well as the universities.
So will you be bringing that information to the Talk Beat Jones, to the worldwide family?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Union strong because together can't be beat.
Okay. Hold on. Mr. Leo Brazil,
Yes.
how is your workouts coming, and are you feeling better? And I'll say this real quickly. To my family that is spread around the world, and especially across the United States, I know for sure, that have been part of my Jones Exercise workout program for women for over 20-something years. Fitness guru I was, and still, well, let me put it that way, by name, but not by body. And I say it that way. Leo, you're speaking about the vaccine. We're talking about that. We're talking about getting yourself in condition and understanding about your body and your mind. I have to make an admission. I thought after all the years I took off, not working out, not doing what I needed to do, that I could just mentally say, okay, Jones, you ready to be Jones-sized again? And tell the folks in about a month or two, you're going to be ready to start leading them. You're going to be on the show. You're going to do some things and show them how to get themselves ready. Let me take that back. It takes time, regardless of who you are, who you've been, for your body to say, I'm ready and I can do this. I find it difficult. I found it difficult, but I'm going to help you as I help me, because I love me and I want you to love you. We will get healthy. I will show you some things on TV. I will start at the desk, doing things from the desk that you can join me with. And with the help of my producer, I'll get up sometime and start doing some things. But right now, I got to do this. Say goodbye, Leo. I got to get out here and say your goodbyes real quick. Now let Michelle say her goodbyes.
Well, goodbye. God bless, and see you next week. God willing, if the creek don't rise.
Okay, thank you, Leo. Michelle, want to say your goodbyes?
And from Michelle Broden, it's bye for now. I need you to come back, family. I need you to participate. Be well, stay healthy, and hope to see you next week.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, okay? And family, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. And again, support the station. Support the station. Support Billy. Send in a check, cash your check, buddy, to 160 Victor Street, Highland Park. What's that zip code, Tim? 48203. That address, 160 Victor Street, 48203. Make the check out to WHPR, RJ, and memo column, Billy, Talk Beat Jones. Okay? Let's do this from around the world. Start sending those checks in. Just send them in. And so I want to go from one show. I want to have two. I want to support this TV station. And I can do it by buying more time. 10 o'clock every Wednesday. Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy Jones. Remember, we love you. We respect you. Please love me. Have a great day. Bye now. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. And